Good evening, everybody. Welcome to DW Randomizer and Week 1 action in the Winter League 2024. This is a fantastic time of year. Tonight, we're bringing action from Group 3 with Opty, Angel FM, Destiny of a Dragon Warrior, and the American Dweem. Hi, everybody. I'm DK9146. Alongside me in the booth tonight is the Honorable Dr. Bob Pineapple MD. How you doing?
How you doing tonight, DK? Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, absolutely. This should be a blast. We've had some fantastic races this week. A couple quicker ones, a couple sloggier ones. We'll see what those random XP requirements and the overall stats bring these runners here in a couple minutes. Yeah, and judging by those starting stats, 12 strength, not too bad. We're going to take that all day long. And we'll see if they get blessed with one of those key items in the throne room, or if we get the requisite gold torch and extra gold in the back. Things are happening. Things are happening.
We are off and running.
Well, no keys tonight, so they got double gold, got a torch. We'll check the 2 chests in the throne room, or treasury here, and see what we have, potentially.
Yep, just a torch, and then, whoa, just 2 chests, yep, as you were saying.
And I believe that's Erdrick's sword there.
It certainly is. So, early game power, not an issue.
Yeah, and one of those big key items that could be hidden on these racers, just given willingly to them right away. Yeah, a couple racers running outside to go ahead and start fighting things. A couple others decide to check the basement. We do have the jerk down there. So we will know where to go here in a little bit to pick up our rainbow drop. Meanwhile, Destiny's in Swamp North trying to see if he can progress south.
Yep, and that cave entrance is right outside of Tantagle, so we're going to be able to find out the connection to Swamp South pretty early.
Alright, well, everybody's out here now, grabbing some experience, just walking around through this desert, just killing about anything they can find. They've got sleep, they've gotten heal at this point, so things looking pretty decent for the early game here with that sword especially.
Just about all of our runners at level 3 now. In fact, Angel just hitting level 3 himself. Opty with another cave on screen.
And it's mountain.
Yep, that is Mountain Cave, so start making our way through there. And of course, with random chest locations, there's a couple of spots that you wouldn't normally think to check.
Yeah, exactly. And to kind of explain it for those that may not be aware, we have the vanilla search locations are turned on. So we know our coordinates are going to be our token. Hawksness is going to house our armor. We're going to have the flute and coal if you want that thing. Otherwise, everything else is kind of just strewn about the world. We have no idea where the harp, the stones, and we had no idea where the sword was going to be, but we've already found that. Yeah, meanwhile, while he's running through the mountain cave here, running into some nasty enemies going to take a death. Angel's been grinding up a little bit on the overworld here. Just about to hit a little over 200 experience. We'll see when level 6 decides to show up.
Yeah, Angel gunning for it on those metal scorpions. But nothing doing just yet.
Walks into the mountain cave, or the swamp cave, finds a wizard right away. We're going to have, just another 82 experience to the next level. Alright, Destiny running through Mountain Cave. We'll see if he's a little more successful and finds a wizard themselves. So, and can't run away. He's going to take a death. Opty taking a death on the overworld. Angel finally reaching level 6. Some mild stats, but gets heal more.
Yeah, so level 6 with that heal more. Not the most efficient thing to have right now with only 33 HP. But now we're at level 7.
Oh, there you go. Some more stats. I kind of like this play by Angel right now. You've got the sword. You know where the armor is. You're not going to be able to take something out unless you get lucky with a sleep block, Stone Man or something. Another level here for Angel. Again, moderate stats, no spells that are going to help. Just grind it out right now. Right now, what you need is experience and stats, and that's what he's going for.
Yeah, even these moderate gains, the fact that they're coming so fast gets you closer and closer to what you will hope will be more of a breakout level.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, we are going to push a little bit of exploration on the other 3 sides here, and we'll see if they get lucky finding anything out here on the overworld, or maybe another zone. But this wolf and metal scorpion down here seem to be doing Angel some very good work.
Now, of course, we don't know what the gap between level 8 and level 9 is just yet, because no one's died and had the king tell them. So while these wolves and metal scorpions may be the right play, it may also be quite a slog.
Yeah, you never know. That's the great thing about these random experience requirements is you could all of a sudden just have a level with several thousand experience in between, and you have no option but to grind it out. And see, now Angel with this added strength to go with that sword, using that sleep on the Mantle Wyvern, getting a nice 83 experience from that, and we'll find another level.
Some more moderate stat gains, although pretty solid in the HP department, and hurt more.
Yeah, outside return along with that, but hurt more the big option there. He can go around the countryside blowing everything up at this point.
And there's level 10. More HP. It's starting to come fast and furious here now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're near ghost stats and HP all of a sudden. While agility is just a number, and the alternate running algorithm makes 33 okay for at least the overworld.
Yeah, with 87 HP now, and of course having heal more accessible, branching out to explore is a little bit of an easier proposition.
No, absolutely, and especially if you have a potential grindable spike right outside the start there in the swamp, but the real prize is finding that armor in Hawksness at some point. Now, chat, let me ask you, where are you wanting us to find the harp and the stones at tonight? Where should these runners have to go to dig those out?
Yeah, I'm personally voting for Grave 5. If you start with Erdrick's Sword, you have to balance the karma somehow.
I like Grave 5. That is a trolly one, or that dead end in the center of the grave there that you have to go to. I'm always cheering for a princess chest though too. It's one that's very easily forgotten.
That is very true.
Alright, it's do or die time for Angel here. 2 possible chests. But most importantly, will he pick up that flute or not?
You know, I'm going to say other than Grave 5, I would like to see it in a chest in Cantlin. That chest that notoriously gets missed a lot.
Yeah, wisely picking up the flute here. I think we saw in a race the other day, a few runners not pick it up, and we saw some struggles with a spike in Sharlock as a result of that. So yeah, not a bad play. I know those words just came out of my mouth. Just gets an herb in the chest and cold though, so he's out. Alright, so everybody's starting to do a little bit of work here. Opty a little behind at this moment, but finds the next level's only 37 experience away, and then just a little bit more grinding will get all of these runners up to that level with Hurtmore and be able to kick their seeds in high gear. We just saw a werewolf with Hurtmore. Now we have a red dragon with Hurtmore and a nice Bitemore of 50.
Well, that 1,378 experience gap from 10 to 11, a little hard to swallow, but that was going to happen eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Angel into Mountain now, so we'll see if Angel's able to successfully navigate the entirety of this. Alright, Dwayne back in the mountain here. We've got Destiny in a cave as well that I missed where they walked. Opty kind of forcing themselves to the northwest, trying to just find something as well. We'll see who finds what and who gets lucky here.
So far, so good for Angel. Still navigating that top floor, but getting close to heading down.
Yeah, and taking some nice, they're not the big ticket item enemies, but getting some moderate experience on the way. That's a nicer one to throw the Hurtmore at here. Oh, we see Armor Knight has Stop Spell up on Opty's side. Not sure if it has anything with it yet. Alternate running algorithm, we've been fairly successful at running from the Sharlock tier enemies.
Yeah, you like to see that stop spell actually on the armored knight.
And there you go. Red Dragon, no problem. Opty running first try. 0 issues there. Oh,
yep. Yeah, we have an encounter. That's looking like a chest guard to me.
Boom, there's the harp. Harp in the bottom of Mountain Cave.
So only the stones outstanding in terms of not knowing where that is. Angel managing to run from a few red dragons down here.
Yeah, it's no wonder no one else had managed to do this yet. Angel looking for a death now that they've confirmed the cave is complete. We'll see what he's looking for. Well, no, now he's like, what the heck? I've got to heal more. Let's see if I can get it.
Hurt more on the dragons. Yeah, you got more than 1,000 experience to gain. May as well see if maybe you can get lucky. So 595 left for Angel to get to 11. And he's going to go ahead and head down to check the barrier tiles. But American Dweem was down there earlier, I believe, and it's just gold.
But it's still knowledge if you ultimately want to pick up that silver shield. I didn't see the price of it. I did see it in the shop Angel was looking at earlier, but I do believe it was on discount. All right, Opty through Swamp Cave. See if she can find anything on this side. Never mind. Armor Knight decides that we're not stop spelling in blocks and uses that axe.
Angel creeping up on 11 here.
Finds a couple towns here, and we have Hawksness with a chest.
Yeah, I'm going to step out and probably find an inn immediately in that next town over.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have at least one chest here in Cantlin as well. It's a very smart play also. You might be able to get a little bit of defense going here before you get your ultimate defense, but optionally can get a top off here. May even decide to go ahead and check the cords since they have that capacity now. Destiny coming across Cole here now. We'll see if Destiny picks up their Fairy's Flute.
The chest is there in the south of Cantlin.
And of course the NPC is going to play guard for a moment.
Just a curse belt.
Yeah, it is what it is. We know there are 3 curse belts out there, guaranteed in this week's flag set. We might have a small map this week, but we have 31 north, 63 to the west.
Yep, seems countable, so we'll see what Angel does with that. But first things first, we got to get over to Hawksness and grab our armor.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, honestly, if Angel runs into a few more enemies like this, they might end up with the level before they did it.
The Fighter's Ring, also in Hawk's Nest. You'll take that every time.
Absolutely. Equips it immediately, gets that +2 to the attack. And our spike is a golem. Hello, Fairy Flute.
And yeah, good thing we picked that up.
And if you notice there, we have speed hacks on this week, so that Fairy Flute, not as obnoxious as normal, plays almost instantly, and this golem is pretty sleepy.
Just fantastic sleep luck on this golem, wow.
Holy cow, and Opty showing us where these two towns are. There are 2 more towns just south, so there are 4 towns within that can show at one time on the screen.
Level 11, a really solid level, and Angel deciding, well, I have the Fairy Flute, and I had great sleep luck, and that's 350 experience a pop. I'm sticking around.
You know, it's not really a bad play at all. Opty in Rim finds an herb in the alternate in chest, and an herb back here in Town Hall as well, so a couple herbs.
Yeah, and Angel finding out that the golem has hurt, so it's an even juicier target now.
Well, I mean, that's your grind. 100% that's your grind at this point. I could see a case for just staying here until you're relatively go, throw on Repel, go find out where the rest of the stuff is, and call it a day.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. We've got an inn next door if we don't just see Angel grind to go mode stats here.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Dweem does find Brecconary. Brecconary, no chest. Does pick up a large shield, though, to get a little bit of defense going. And Opty and Garenham in the back is the grave.
So, Vanilla Grave, location. Opts not to check top floor.
Yeah, she was down to 5 MP, and I think that might have been a partial reason. Kind of surprised they didn't top off there in Garenham as they were walking through.
So Garenham, literally just a tiny bit southwest of the Hawksness and Cantlin.
Yeah, 4 towns. Brecconary right next to that one as well. 2524. Good stop spell.
Not a fantastic level, but...
Meanwhile, while this golem grind's going on, Opty searching Cantlin. We do have Destiny in Mountain. Does manage to pick up his silver harp here and is trying to get the final checks out of the way. As Dweem finds this town complex, and we'll see what they opt to do here.
Opty back in Cantlin now. Going to check these chests. We'll see if Opty elects to stay at the inn and maybe head back to Garenham to check Grave or not.
Oh wow, another level for Angel, 2121. Fantastic stats, A+. Opty's taken this gold chest twice, went and sold stuff as well. I'm wondering if they sold the silver shield or maybe magic armor and are wanting to pick up one of those 2 items here because they're grinding that chest right now in the end.
Yep. Definitely seems like, yeah, you're grinding for some kind of defensive equipment. We'll see what Opty ultimately ends up taking.
Exactly. Meanwhile, it looks like Dweem's going to give us our first look at the top of Grave, at least. He is back there and starting to progress. We know it's not exactly free. There are red dragons here. Can be up to 6 chests on the top floor. Did not walk far enough to see that chest there. Well, there we go. Death Necklace with the way HP's been rolling in for the most part. That could possibly be relevant.
Yeah, you're not sad about picking that up. Especially considering attack power generally hasn't been rolling in super well. At least not since the early levels.
Exactly. So, all right, Dwayne progressing through. I do believe, like I said, I think he missed that first chest to the left there. I don't think he walked far enough to see it. You have to go down one spot. But hopefully that won't come back to be a bite in the butt. But we'll see where it all depends on where the stones are for him.
Opty's still on that chest grind. Into the 7,000s now for gold. So it's got to be Silver Shield.
Yeah, and like I said, it was hard to read when Angel saw it earlier, so I couldn't quite make out the price. I thought it said 5,000, but it might have been 8,000.
1 power, 4 speed, 0 hit points, 13 magic on that level 14 gain for Angel.
I mean, at least there was some MP. But yeah, these last few levels, fairly flat otherwise. Alright, Opty has 8,400 and is looking at a shop. Let's see what we have here. And I think they do want that Silver Shield. They might have sold it in a different shop. And 0 for 2 here so far.
No Silver Shield in Cantlin.
Kind of feels bad a little bit for her here, but she's going to go check out these cords. Hopefully doesn't lose that cash along the way.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing there is now you've really got to protect that gold because you spent all that time grinding it in a single chest and struck out on finding it here. So before you do anything else, you probably feel obligated to make a beeline to where you've seen the Silver Shield already.
Yeah, exactly. There are 2 other towns nearby, and then, yeah, Cole definitely had it if you want to get back there. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's not relatively far away to return if you want to go that route.
But Opty going to go ahead and check coordinates, of course, before we do that.
Alright, Dwayne back in the mountain. We know it is required to get down there to pick up the silver harp. Meanwhile, Destiny going to turn in the harp, be the first runner to get the stones here. Opty's out trying to make it to other towns here. I was going to say, just has to go south to see those other 2.
Just 3 power on that level gain there from Angel to going to 15. 13 response speed, so we got our agility up a little bit, but still not an amazing level.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we see here, Angel with a dominating experience lead, right? Angel very, very far out here. Level 15, the other 3 runners at level 10, and he's up about 5,500 experience or so over the next runners there. So, seems to be running away with the experience. A hidden Stones of Sunlight could potentially, throw him a curveball and let the others kind of catch back up.
All right, Opty is heading down to Grave. Did pick up that Silver Shield.
So, Opty did go over. There was no chest there. But we got another level for Angel here. At this rate, we're going to need level 27 to get the power. 2311.
Yeah, just 2 power on that one. Wow.
Wow, a quick level there to 17, though. And we're going to get another whole 1 power, but a ton of HP this time.
Yeah, we're only up to 119 attack power. That Death Necklace may just end up being a factor here.
Yeah, 128 with 119 attack power right now.
And another level.
Oh, he found all the levels. Oh,
well, there it is. 14 power. That's where it was hiding.
Yeah, this just turned into, all right, we're still looking for stuff to go find your things. It's time to go. But Angel's still grinding. Not sure if they don't realize what they currently have, especially if they even want to throw on the Death Necklace. That's even another plus 10.
Yeah, Angel grinding as though it's not go mode, so an interesting choice here.
Or could have been just crunching the numbers there. Does kill that next golem there. Still has stats, or still has MP on him, and does dip out.
Yeah, heading out now.
All right, so we know where the coordinates are. We just got to go do it. We've gotten the harps. It's all down to where's the stones.
I also don't believe we've found the harp trading cave yet, unless somebody did it while I was looking at another screen.
Yeah, Destiny found it somewhere. That's all I can tell you. Somewhere. Now, your Angel, you're looking for the stones. You're back here in Grave. You've already cleared Mountain. Maybe have a couple other things outstanding. We haven't seen Tablet from his perspective. Are you diving?
I'm probably diving here, given the different possible random chest locations.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Just curious. I mean, you got 4 additional checks in the basement here. You're repelling nearly everything at this point, at least things that matter. And you know, you have outside. You can get out of here really fast.
Yeah, you're repelling most things here, so it's not that much of a walk. And of course, we know this. Angel doesn't necessarily know this, but he's very far ahead in the experience race. So he really has the time to burn.
Exactly. I think the dive here is absolutely the right call, although I disagree with the order he's going in here. Everybody knows you go right and check that bottom right first. It's interesting watching people dive with alternate chest locations on. Everybody's got a little method or what they stick to, and I'm always the one that's right. It doesn't matter. All right, Opty finding the Staff of Rain Cave and is going to get theirs in a moment.
Oh, after having an easy time running from red dragons, it takes Angel a little bit to get away from a blue.
Alright, so traditional grave chest for just a set of wings here. Going to check the opposite corner to see if the chest exists there.
Gotta get a level out of it. Another 2 power and 14 speed. Well, if it wasn't go mode before, it's super go mode now.
I kind of like this level right now, Bob, and I'll tell you why. That extra agility there gives you just enough confidence to mess up and run fail repeatedly from an enemy you should absolutely never run fail from in Sherlock. Making you mutter to yourself, easy Sherlock, they said.
Yeah, can't disagree with that.
Alright, Angel takes the alternate route there, does see that middle staircase is populated with the chest in the dead end and this bottom right, so we're going to get a couple more checks here for the stones. So gold in the bottom right, but we'll see what's here in this middle staircase dead-end chest. And that right there, folks, that's what the agility does to you. Just a nerve down here. And that's also a fantastic reminder to any runner to re-up your rip health. All right, Dweem in here on this golem, realizing how free it is, picking up some, gonna be picking up some nice experience off this guy, and Graves not the answer.
It is not. We do have Tablet outstanding as a possible 3 chests in there. We have at this point located every town.
Yeah, and Angel just double checking those 2 locations does an immediate Brexit there. And Pav just bringing up the same thing I was just thinking. Has anybody defeated the Spike and checked my favorite chest in the overworld, the chest that can live with the princess?
I don't believe anyone has, so that's a possibility as well.
I love it.
So Tablet is out. The chest inside Gwaelin's room is still out. Have we found Freebie Cave?
That one's a good question as well. Right now, I think a couple of these races are bleeding in my head. I don't think we have, actually.
Those would seem to be the only locations left. So it's going to be one of those.
Yeah, I don't even think we had found Sherlock until we just saw it on Angel's side, which has a cave conveniently located right behind it.
Well, there's Freebie Cave and has its standard chest, so let's see what we have. It's just gold.
We dodged the vanilla here, thank goodness.
So it comes down to, there's 3 possible chest locations in Tablet, and then of course the possible chest that is in Swamp Cave and Gwaelin's room for our stones.
Yeah, and Angel going with the convention, go ahead and count out the chords, it'll lead you to the things that you need. Although he's going a way that he cannot progress. Meanwhile, on the other side, Opty getting a little bit of a struggle here, getting away from Blue Dragon's phone, a little behind on the experience front. Destiny and Dweem relatively close-ish on experience here, though, and a little bit different on exploration though. So we'll see how those 2 converge as they wrap up their exploration pieces.
Yeah, Dweem now getting the coordinates, has the armor, but did not elect to stick around and grind that out. So we'll see if he heads back after getting coordinates, or is just going to decide, I'm going to find everything first.
And I think that might be the first time I've ever seen that in the race, but talks to that dude right here by this bottom shop. He tells you about Erdrick's sword. I had no idea.
Well, the stones are not with Gwaelin, but Angel's going to go ahead and do the rescue because he's already there. So we are looking for Tablet Cave, it would seem.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the return from the Swamp Cave exit when it's... Tantajul was literally on the screen with you.
Well, you know, Gwaelin's not as light as she looks.
Sitting around in a dark cave eating bonbons all day will do that to you. Alright, well, Dweem's over here, finds the Freebie Cave, gets the bad news, but let's see if he continues to progress past, because I feel at this point this is where it's going to have to be, is somewhere to the east of this location. Absolutely, Bort. Absolutely. Gotta fatten her up. Make it nice and juicy when you do decide to go ahead and eat.
Destiny now finding the very free golem and sticking around for some grinding.
Yeah, and Opty back to picking up gold chests here. Wonder if they're going to look to pick up maybe some armor or something temporarily, though we know there's a very free golem right next door.
Opty back in Hawksness now. Well, Tablet Cave has been doing a great job of hiding from us, but I think Angel has finally located it. And there they are.
Didn't even make him have to go downstairs. So there we go. Angel's got all the pieces put together. Just got to go pick up the cords, get that token, and then it's Dive City.
Yeah, no guard on the stones either. Nor was there one on the sword.
Yeah, the one on the sword's the one that makes me sad. But that's the way the cookie crumbles with Tri-Stated treasure cards. It either is or isn't per item, and it's each item separately a coin flip.
Yep, all Angel needs to do here is finish the coordinate checking, then of course turn in the harp, which he has not done yet, and then, assuming the Sharlock walk goes pretty well, with these stats, you feel as good as you possibly can about finishing this up in one go.
Look at this location he's at here, trying to find these cords. It's way out in an island. And no guard on the token either.
Game's just in easy mode, really.
Yeah, I'm surprised the golem didn't just run from the racers and just let them pick up their armor as well. Just dump it all on them tonight.
Yeah, and just throw 350 experience at him while he ran.
Suggestion in chat: guard on the Staff of Rain chest. After you turned in the harp, you get on there, get ambushed, slept and wrecked by a Wombo Star Wyvern. Gotta go pick up the harp again.
Can we make it so you have to fight the old man?
I kind of like that suggestion as well. That would be magical. So right now, Angel with a very, very clear lead in this race, but the bottom two runners here, Destiny and Dweem, kind of separating out to an extent from our other runner, Opty, as far as experience go. Dweem went ahead and went back to a dedicated grind here. I think that's a wise call. Let's go ahead and just get it busted out, repel, then go figure out the rest of this mess. Meanwhile, Destiny's going to save the girl. Does not use the return strat, although it may have been about a half-second faster to return versus walking.
Depending on his menuing.
Yeah, I know this was talked in chat a little bit earlier, and we kind of mentioned, but you can clearly see the difference in strategies and how it's culminating for each of these runners here. Angel went with grind, pushed a little bit, found a better grind once he had hurt more on a non-hurt moreable enemy, and that golem finished out all the grinding, then went and did all the stuff, and has had a relatively free run of it all with a total of 5 deaths. Meanwhile, our bottom 2 runners, 13 deaths apiece. And Dwayne kind of realizing it going into the grind strats here is now getting a little bit of a experience lead over Destiny. We'll see how that goes once it's time to go collect the gear.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple different ways you can attack this. Given the flag set and that we have random chest locations, if you're going to give me a golem with speed hacked fairy flute and that casts hurt, I'm grinding it out every time because you can throw repel on and then just walk wherever you want.
Yeah, 100%. But looks like Destiny is going to press this exploration, wanting to wrap up the other pieces of the puzzle prior to going into a grind here. Is going through. This is the way we saw Angel go to ultimately figure out where the cords were and to find the freebie cave, though neither were nearby.
So it appears that Angel has not found the harp turning cave yet. That seems to be what he is searching for, and there it is. And probably kicking himself a little bit, considering how close to home it is.
Yeah, it was just kind of like up and over a little bit in an area that most of the runners, as we had noticed, that kind of just circled around initially before coming across it.
So going to jump into the basement of Tantagle and grab that rainbow drop and make a beeline for Sharlock.
And interesting enough here, and I think I know what he's going for. He picked up the gold chest there. I thought for sure he was going to go down and pick up this gold chest, trying to pick up a silver shield on the way in.
Yeah, he's not far off from it.
Or he magically knew he would get double nice gold out of that random gold roll.
Yeah, well, he can't spend it now, obviously.
Yeah, you can't even kill the spike down in Sharlock. It's a shame. He's going to have to FF. All right, meanwhile, up on the top left, Opty wrapping up the final checks here in Grave. Going to get the disappointing news that Grave was not the answer. Dweem, after taking to death after running out of resources back at Tantajol here, and Destiny trying to figure out how the heck to get these coordinates.
Well, Angel went ahead and killed something and took some gold in, so we're gonna have to penalize him several points moving forward.
No, absolutely agree, and that's the great thing is the admins are very, very active in our community, so we'll have no issue getting them together to give us an official ruling on this tonight. All right, and that island above where Destiny is ultimately where he's got to walk around to. He'll find out that he's not quite far enough north yet here, and do the little loop up there and finally get that token.
Angel ultimately elects not to get the silver shield, just decides, I don't need it, and we are in the top floor, Sharlock.
Yeah, 155 HP, 12 heal mores, 135 attack. This is ultimately a very free fight, whichever way he wants to go, as long as there's nothing trolly in here. I guess we'll have to wait and see if something shows up. I like it. So, suggestion from one of the admins, Angel has to beat another seed. We'll even be nice. We'll make it a tiebreaker seed.
No objection here.
Destiny, instead of using the girl, walks around trying to find if there was a a treasure guard. Ultimately, though, you're going to find out no guard. You just got to go over there and search.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing in the tri-state seeds like this is when you accidentally stumble upon the token because you run into the guard.
No, it's hilarious when that happens. I've had it happen to myself like 5 times. Heck, I just did it in the non-standard seed of the week a few weeks ago. Just randomly ran into the armor on the overworld. It was fantastic.
Dwayne went a little too far north searching, and so now he's needing to check. Gwaelin's Love is going to get it now.
All right. Meanwhile, Destiny immediately returns, because that was pretty far out there. I'm not sure what the quickest way to actually get to the freebie cave is. Or not the freebie, the tablet cave to pick up their stones. But that's what both him and Dweem are going to be looking for at this point.
Meanwhile, Angel has made it to the basement with very little hassle.
Yeah, so far been a very non-eventful dive here. Let's take some guesses. We got a couple seconds here. What's our spike going to be, people?
I'm going to go with Blue Dragon that won't let him get a word in edgewise. Do we know what Blue Dragons are? They just have Bite more, I believe.
Yeah, we've only seen a few actual attacks, but it's all been physicals from what I've noticed.
The werewolves down here really love casting Hurt more.
Yeah, they're actually giving him a little bit of a challenge, making him use a heal more here.
It's a red dragon.
All right, red dragons are the winner. GG, since we don't get to play the pyramid game much of it all in this flag set.
And he's going to get a level off of it. We're going to 20 with another 3 power.
And yet another beach chest being orphaned here. We'll never know what was in that beach chest. Might have even been a dragon scale.
Going for the death necklace. That's going to make the DL2 fight as free can possibly be.
Yeah, I mean, it just speeds things up at this point. You're still likely to get a double or 2 here, barring complete DL2 trolling, which is not always outside the realm of possibility.
No back attack. 21 to start. And the opening double. That's going to just about sew this up, barring a missed menu.
100%. Meanwhile, we got Opty picking up her princess. We got Destiny doing the deep dive in grave, going to be sad here, and Dweem hitting level 17. So the rest of these are coming together.
Pulls another double out of that.
Yeah, at the rate he's going here, I think we're going to see probably at least 1 sleep throw from him before he wraps it up.
That's going to do it. Get your GGs out in chat for Angel. Probably could have killed DL2 twice in a row.
Yeah, I mean, played it about as well as you could possibly play this start to finish. Made very optimal decisions all the way across the board. And that's... Oh, he's going to hurt the guards on the way in. I will assume he probably realizes how well he played this. Otherwise, most runners obviously wouldn't be messing around looking at a W. But going to get 5 points for his week 1 win.
Yep, did just about everything right here in this seed, and the decision to stick around Hawksness and burn down those golems really paid off.
Absolutely. So we'll see if he said he'll be in a few. We'll see what their thoughts are here. Meanwhile, back to these other runners here. We got Dweem up to level 17, I believe now. 18, sorry. Up to level 18, but just needs to find the tablet cave.
Yep, and the 18 is winnable, stat-wise.
Yeah, that's the level we were all discussing. Absolutely a winnable level there. Though, based on Angel's 2 levels there, I think he was up about another 1,500 or 2,000 experience when all was said and done, I guess. Destiny, getting low on resources down here in the grave, does level up to 16 off of a Star Wyvern. Just about to find out the bad news down here. Sorry, Destiny, your chest is in another castle.
Oh, Dweem looking like he's heading into grave, and of course, unfortunately, not the right call.
Well, with that, Dean, we have tonight's race winner, Angel FM, joining us. GG's Angel. How do you feel about this one? Well, we'll have Angels answer that question once they unmute themselves.
I will not unmute myself. How dare you think I would unmute myself?
But no, seriously, GG, very, very well ran.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, like I was saying that, yeah, like considering where I've seen everyone, yeah, I'm not surprised at all at this.
Yeah, ultimately, I mean, I think you can possibly guess how things went, but your decisions to grind at the different intervals, at the beginning on those wolves and the metal scorpions, and then ultimately pressing out with Hurt More, and then immediately finding the free golem, said, all right, we're figuring this out first, and then we'll do the rest, was a big difference.
Yeah, the agility was so terrible. I'm like, I'm sitting on this for a bit till maybe something, or I'm just got a lot more survivability.
So I set everybody up for that. You get the level 19, you even get that extra 14. It goes from 70 to 84. I said this is the level that really throws everybody off. It makes you feel confident. You have 80 something agility. You immediately go out and get run blocked by a slime.
That was the best. I mean, granted, you know, I was in the bottom of grave, but still, it's just like, yeah, of course that happened.
Yeah, so these guys are all reliving the same faux pas as well, doing the deep grave, just coming up short on finding tablet cave.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't die short of tablet earlier, like this is probably like 15 minutes off.
Dang. So for those of us here that have no idea how this map looks, where is our tablet cave, and where do they have to go?
So basically, you need to go through Swamp Cave, and you just need to keep going northwest or northeast till you hit the area. So like going northeast to Cole, we'll find it. So hopefully, like
Gotcha.
Opty here will go and find it.
Yeah, and I thought that's kind of where you went, but I wasn't 100%. And this has been very, very interesting here. We'll see ultimately which one of these two. Looks like the bottom two are running away from Opty, though. Opty up to level 13 now, and if they can get their tablet and get into a grind a little quicker, could catch up pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, the only unfortunate thing is, yeah, it's still going to be a long grind because the stats were just not great till really 19.
I think we were mostly in agreement that level 18 with Death Necklace, which you didn't have at the moment when you got 18, was probably attainable as well. As long as you could get down with your resources.
You're talking about with this stupid run algorithm? Hell no, it's not possible at 18. Because I know I'll get stopped like 7 times.
Well, that's why you use all that gold that you have, and you pick up that silver shield and repel all the silly things that would prevent you from running.
I was still like 1,000 gold off. That's way too much time. You know, I don't know how far back I am.
So I'll leave you with one other thing here. Just shy of going into Sherlock, you ended up picking up 1 gold chest in Tangible when you went to go get the jerk, and got some double nice gold, and immediately set off a frenzy of expectations. We were expecting you not to even kill the spike tiles so that you didn't ruin the number. Your punishment is you have to run a tiebreaker seed now.
Look. Destiny needs to hurry. Could have hurried it up before, and maybe we've gotten this tiebreaker seed going. But I see he's just so far behind compared to the summer.
Well, Destiny has now found the stones, and so even though he's a level behind Dweem, now 2 levels behind Dweem, Dweem is still wandering around now down in Grave, and Destiny has everything he needs.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. It's going to be whoever gets the better luck on exploration will ultimately have a decisive lead in this case. And it looks like, based on level 18 going straight to the jerk, we'll see if he decides to dive on this or plays it a little more cautious and grams out that extra 1,000 kit for the next level.
Yeah, in Destiny's position, I'm probably going here. Angel has just finished. You really want those second place points.
I mean, what I was gonna say too is if I would have just gotten the stones, I wouldn't have had to explore all that other stuff in the first place. I knew where armor was, I knew where token was because of Gantlin being right there. I wouldn't have had to go to all the other towns or all the caves.
Yeah, and that's what happens. One silly death will just send you on a rabbit hole of exploration, and then, hey, I've got a whole map of the world in front of me instead of not having all these open areas that you should have.
It doesn't matter. I would have explored them all anyways, because I couldn't find Staff Cave in the first place.
Yeah, I think to quote Bob, I think he said, Angel probably kicking himself for overlooking where this was.
I mean, it could have been anywhere, because I still would have had a bunch of caves anyways. But yeah, I'm it has to be my start at this point, because I've seen everything else.
I do believe Dweem is going the correct direction. It seems correct. I remember swamp. I remember forest, and then some green.
Yeah, he's headed in the right direction.
But here we go. Just over an hour in.
Oh wait, no. He's actually near start, actually.
Oh yeah, he's on the wrong side of the river.
So that's going to give Destiny quite a head start here into Sharlock. Opty electing to grind on the red dragons and not the golem in Hawksness.
Yeah, I saw maybe a little bit of knowledge. I saw Opty trying to use a sleep on the golem earlier, so maybe not quite understanding how that all works, or the ramifications of seeing hurt from the golem as well, making it a little easier. But, just crit strats will work, and red dragons are worth 350 a pop, just like a golem.
Yeah, that was one thing. When I was so happy when I found Cold and then go to Hawks and you find out it's a golem. Oh hey, this isn't the greatest to fight. I can win this pretty easily, and then it has hurt for 75%.
Yeah, it's really the dream when you get one of the 350 enemies that are completely neutered in an absolute free fight.
I mean, it was a nightmare because I had to pick up the flute then. I could have had an extra spot.
I at least was giving you thoughts that you might bypass it. But I mean, ultimately, without knowledge, that's the right call. Pick that up. Destiny so far having a fairly okay go of it as well. We'll see if he can continue it down. Down a little. That's right. He's 18, right?
Yeah, he's gone down at level 18.
Now this is the ultimate enemy. Them and jerkbirds just hate to let you run. Yeah, talking chat about how the treasure guards just failed to show up tonight. All the coin flips said no. And how'd you feel about starting with a nice free sword?
Good, and also kind of worrisome because everyone's gonna be starting with a sword. So if there's a treasure guard, it wasn't like I could just fight something and maybe try to get like fairy water or something and maybe just like get the guard down quick enough. But everyone's starting with a sword, so it gets kind of worrisome when you have that start.
I agree. I want as many difficult decisions in my races to come up as possible to let me overcome my opponents. And when everybody's given, boom, go, it's like that's a lot of decisions that just got eliminated. And I just gotta, and I get concerned because I gotta outperform by finding that grind, which ultimately you did there.
So Destiny's down in the basement, heading toward the spike tile, and Dweem is just having the worst luck locating Tablet Cave.
Yeah, it's re-explored an absolute ton of this overworld. Back over by these towns for probably the 6th or 7th time at this point, over the various exploration excursions he's had. Meanwhile, Opty, fully rainbow dropped up, is quietly gaining some levels here, running out of resources, but we'll get a nice quick refill, and this cave is right next door.
Oh hey, the Red Dragon had heal more. I never knew that.
Yeah, Red Dragon with both more in this season.
Yeah, it's been liking Hurt More a lot, and the stop spell's been fairly effective here. Almost took out another one with just 16, but here we go. Destiny on to the Dragon Lord, being called full, getting ambushed, of course. Well, this is a little dangerous, 49 HP, and can be physical for that, but is going to swing through.
Doesn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, 50 also was on the table for a physical there, but gets a nice weak 30 from the Dragon Lord. And now he's getting into a nice rhythm. So Opty continuing to stop spell this Red Dragon and fight away. Knows they're just over. Oh, gets a perfect dead death though. Always feels bad there. And Dweem still everywhere but where he needs to be.
Yeah, and don't look now. I mean, Opty's level 16. We know you can do this at 18.
Yeah, they're very, very close to where that's going to happen. These levels were not very far apart from each other here, so we'll see the 17 and 18 come in pretty quickly here after a few Red Dragons. We'll get some GGs out in chat. Destiny of a Dragon Warrior, very successful in his battle with the Dragon Lord at level 18, and is going to come in second place, picking up 3 very nice points in this Group 3 matchup.
Yep, GG's to Destiny, grabbing those second place points. Very nice to have coming out of the gate.
So here we go. Final 2 runners. Can Opty finish out this grind and successfully dive and win before Dweem can find his tablet and finally get the stones and do his own dive. Only time will tell.
Yep, that's 17 for Opty.
Yeah, this has been very, very brutal for Dweem. Had at one point looked like a very clear front runner for second, and then overworld gets you, and I know how that feels. I've been overworlded a lot in my time as well.
Yeah, this is an over 10-minute search at this point for this specific cave. And there's level 18 for Opty.
And here comes the check of the stats. Immediately says, "Hey, you know what? Let's go back. 19, not too far away. I know it was just shy of 10,000."
Yeah, when I had gotten 18, I'm just like, I'm just gonna go 10,000, see what happens. And then I'm like, when I got to 96, I'm like, I'll get it at some point.
Dwayne back up by where the token was, just absolutely devoid of anything up here as well. So he's in the right continent at least. But with that, Dean, we have tonight's second place finisher, Destiny of a Dragon Warrior, joining us. GG's. Destiny, how you feeling, buddy?
Thanks, DK. I'm feeling okay. Wish I would have found the stones a whole lot sooner than I did.
Yeah, stones have been a big thorn for a lot of the runners tonight. Dweem, 10 plus minutes right now, still looking for him, has not been able to come across that cave.
Yeah, in fact, Destiny, it was the stone search that allowed you to pull ahead. You and Dweem were running pretty neck and neck, but then you found the stones and it was over.
Yeah, I had completely forgotten about Tablet Cave. Once I found Cantlin and I got coordinates, I saw the cave across by Sharlock, which was the freebie Stones Cave. Nothing valuable in there, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get the token from the coordinates, and then I'm gonna dive Grave because that's where the stones have to be. That's the only thing I have outstanding. I also had Tablet outstanding, so I don't know if all of that, depending on the sequence, would have made up the difference between myself and Angel, but would have been a bit closer at least.
I had told him earlier, like, because I had seen Tablet Cave like much earlier, but it was pretty much one of the last caves I went back to. But like, if I would have gotten to it like earlier, probably like I would have had like 15 minutes cut off my time based on how I was.
Don't look now. Don't look now. Dweem finally went northeast. He's going, I think, the right direction. He's got to go up. Meanwhile, Opty hit level 19 and is looking to do some things. Oh no! Oh my God, I missed that completely. Dwayne somehow walked all the way back to start.
I mean, hopefully he's gonna go the right way here with Swamp Cave.
Yes, there we go. There we go. Going through Opti going to top off. We'll see how this goes. If Dwayne can go the right direction out of here, this could still be a very close runoff for third here.
Yep, all that exploration time allowing Opti to jump right back into the race for third, and now it's a real race.
Oh wow, Dweem had not found coal. Is just picking up the flute here.
Chat pointing out, and I think I agree. Not sure Opti knows where Sharlock is actually.
I mean, it would depend if she found Swords Cave or not, or a Stones Cave.
The only reason I found Sharlock and went that way was because I saw Stone's Cave from across the water when I was exploring downwards. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have made it that way. Sharlock is definitely tucked away, kind of in a corner.
Yeah, same thing with me. I saw it on the other side. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta head here, I guess.
Well, this this should be very interesting then. They're both at the same part of the map. Dweem needs to be here. Obviously, Opty does not need to be here.
Well, there, Dweem now finally finds Tablet Cave after an over 15-minute search.
Absolutely. And immediately hits that return. Going to go do his exchanges here. We'll see how soon Opty can try and figure out the rest of this map.
Yeah, Opty does not have repel on. Okay, he's going to throw that on here. It's returning at the same time.
Yeah, the lack of repel use here is leading to a ton of extra encounters, but we'll see what happens. Well, while they're progressing towards Charlotte, Destiny, any other thoughts on this race from your perspective tonight?
Felt like there were a lot of bad deaths that I took early, which always feels terrible when you have an early item like the sword and hurt more. And then I end up dying to stone men and star wyverns. I swear the hurt more resistance on the star wyverns was totally cranked up tonight. That felt like a lot of roadblocks sending me back when I felt like I should have been able to fight those things and gain a lot of experience. So felt like there was a lot of roadblocks that way that felt behind. I don't know if I felt behind the whole seed, but I felt like I should have been further along than I was. Explored a lot of directions the wrong way, and yeah, things just didn't go as well as they could have.
No, I can see that from your perspective. But meanwhile, Dweem going into Charlock here, Opti seeing the freebie cave from across the water, decides to start walking this direction, not 100% knowing this is the right play, but 100% is the right play. Going to take out a metal slime on the way for the heck of it.
And just to point out in chat, Mike asking just before that happened, has Dweem seen Charlock either? Dweem has seen everything about 4 times.
Oh, there we go. She's got it on her screen here. And we'll be about a floor behind, it looks like.
And just to let you know, like Destiny, like yeah, I can understand with the devs. Like I basically grinded like most of the seed. I grinded to hurt more in zone 1, and then got to the golem and grinded that till like level 18.
Yeah, and I had seen almost everything once I found the golem. I had explored north, I had explored the second continent, except for finding Tablet Cave. I found the golem late, so I stayed there for and took out like 2 or 3 of them, and then I was like, I gotta go. I've got a lot of homework still to do. I see 5 deaths for you and 13 for me, and 14, 16 for Dweem and Opti, respectively. Looks like that made quite a difference.
Yeah, my first death was an armored knight trying to get to Swamp Cave, and I'm like, nope. We're gonna go sit in zone 1 for a bit.
Yeah, zone 1 for a bit ended up being into, I believe it was level 10 Hurtmore. If I'm not mistaken, it was level 10.
Something like that. I mean, because then it got down to like whatever it was, like 1300 for the next level.
All right, well, dives are continuing here. Deem progressing last floor of zone 2. Meanwhile, Opti hasn't used repel, so is running into those encounters that she necessarily wouldn't need to run into and could possibly make up time if she had repel on. Maybe not really understanding the amount of enemies she's defense breaking with that silver shield.
Yeah, just one of those lessons that you learn as you pick up and you run more and more of these tournaments.
No, absolutely agreed. Math in this game is hard enough. I've been doing it a long time. I still don't understand half of it. I just go.
When the alternate run algorithm is on like it is tonight, that really benefits with Repel because those weaker Sharlock enemies are more difficult to run from, all else being equal.
Yeah, and RNG is going to RNG no matter what. But we got Dweem making the turn on the top of the bottom floor here. Going to get around to his spike tile here momentarily. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good to lock up third, but, you know, anything can always happen. Opty down in the zone 3 now. Being a little cautious there, throwing out the flute on the golem. No hurt more, or heal more rather, from the red dragon for Dweem here. So he doesn't have to get that surprise. Opty, very, very aware of what the red dragon can do, will most likely throw a stop spell immediately.
We'll see the death necklace from either of the two runners remaining or not. They should be able to defeat the Dragon Lord without it, but the death necklace would possibly make it a little bit faster, dealing more damage without the doubles.
Yeah, I mean, and it's fun to do, right? So yeah, Dweem immediately does throw it on there. It's a nice stop spell from Dragon Lord 1 here, and is going to try and play the orb game, and gets rewarded with another stop spell. Going to go in full strength.
Yeah, I had to use the death necklace. Although I was kind of sad because I was going to try and sleep DL2, but I did too much damage.
Oh, back attack for Dweem.
I'm glad you said that, Angel. That's the other thing I wanted to ask. I had called out. I was like, I'll assume we'll get at least one sleep from Angel, but yeah, you're just too strong.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I won't hit a 20 or something. That'll never happen. Then I do, and it's just complete sadness.
I was thinking about doing something silly like that at the end as well, but then my fight didn't go quite as well, being at level 18, but then my last swing was for 20 as well, so even if I was thinking about it, didn't have a chance.
I mean, I hurt more of the guards on my way to talk to the king, so I mean, I had to make up a little bit, but still.
All right, here we go. Opty through the spike. Going to be called a pull at the Dragon Lord here momentarily. Topping off first.
Ooh, doing some heel walking, and that's basically never a good idea.
Yeah, you always learn about heel walking the wrong way. You find out the hard way. Had 130, now down to 121, says it's not worth it. Is opting to put that death necklace on right away, so looking all other things separate, looking to be about 2 minutes maybe behind Dweem once it's all through here, as long as things go well.
Get some good stop spell luck there, does Opty. There's a GG's for American Dweem, who's going to finish in third and grab those 2 points.
Heck yeah, give him some love there, man. That had to be absolutely brutal. I can relate from experience the horrors of walking around the world 15 times not finding that one object or that one location. It's terrible, especially in a race setting. But you know what? He kept his head on him. He got there eventually and still finished third. Very nicely done.
So hopefully, if all goes well, Opty will be right behind. And we'll get this one wrapped up.
Yeah, does heal more on a 49. Would have been safe with their defense, but you know, just kind of playing it safe a little bit here. Has had a few low rolls, but we'll see if we can offset that with some better ones here in a minute. Oh, easy money. Holy cow. Four Gilmores left over. That was a brutal butt kicking there by Opty. And get some GGs out in chat for Opty. Going to finish fourth, but was right in it all the way along. Got some really good help from exploration. Was able to catch up. Not quite enough at the end on that grind, but almost got there. And we'll see if either of the third or fourth place runners here do want to join us. In fact, there we go. We've got somebody join us right now. Opty, GG's, how are you feeling? And do see mute on, maybe need push to talk set up as well. We'll see how that goes in a moment. Well, while we're waiting to see if we can get communicating with Opty here, Dragon Lord 2 had 159 HP tonight. Yeah, pretty middle ground, slightly above middle.
I'm good.
Go. Well, GG's, how'd you feel about this one?
I felt it was good. The early sword was fantastic.
Yeah, starting out with Stored really makes that early game go really well, and everybody I'm sure was pretty excited to have that.
I did just have some bad encounter luck in Charlock.
Yeah, and to be honest, we were talking about Charlock, and with your defense, if you had thrown out like a repel, you would have been repelling quite a large amount of enemies in there. Any thoughts to maybe doing that, or why you maybe didn't? Maybe the low MP possibly.
I didn't want to lower the MP. That's why I wanted to save as much as I could for heal mores. Although I think
Understood.
I probably could have done a single repel and have been fine, since I had, I think, 4 extra MP to play with.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that comes with experience for sure. Whether you want to waste the resources or not, I've definitely done the same myself in the past. But no, I mean, for you, things from an exploration perspective went a little better than some of our other racers. Just a little behind on experience, and you really were catching up quickly at the end there on that Red Dragon grind.
Yeah, I actually preferred the Red Dragon to the Golem. Golem has a bit more HP, so that made me hesitant on going to the Golem. But the Red Dragon, very low with the stop spell resistance.
Yeah, and I don't think many of the other runners, if at all, saw that it had heal more, just because either they didn't even have to do a grind because of all the exploration, or opted to do the Golem grind. So you were very prepared for that spike in Charlock.
Oh, because I used the spike tile of Swamp Cave.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, we do have today's third place finisher, American Dweem, joining us as well. GG's Dweem, how'd you feel about that one? Well, we'll see if Dweem speaks up in a moment here. But yeah, any other thoughts on this one from your perspective, Opty?
Just the low agility until about the 16-17. That was hard hitting.
Yeah, it definitely stayed. It definitely stayed fairly low. I think we finally got into the 60s at 16, 17 and 18 put us up to 70, and then another 14 going to 19. And Dweem, if you can hear us, if you just speak up if you get your stuff going there.
may have to actually set a keybind for push to talk. Not a lot of people do that initially.
While we're waiting on Dweem to join us here, you can see up on the screen, we just have 3 groups left to go in this first week. Tomorrow we've got 2 races. The 2 p.m. Eastern race, which we have between Quinn Patrick, Silly Dabbit, Zarnax42, and my booth partner here, DK9146. And then the evening race at 9 o'clock will be Aaron2U2, Jeevan Mand, and yours truly, Bob Pineapple MD. And then we have 1 race scheduled for Sunday, and that's going to be the 3-person group of Niminva, Miplet, and RG365. And that's going to be your week 1 done.
Oh man! He in and out. We'll see. Yeah, but no, there's gonna be some fantastic races. Obviously, I'll not get to watch the first one, but I'll get to watch the other 2. But poor Dweem definitely having some technical difficulties. We'll give him a minute, see if he can get it straightened out coming in and out. While we're waiting to see if Dweem comes in, any of the runners... Oh, wait. Are we there, Dweem? Can you hear us, buddy? Oh, unfortunately, still not picking up Dweem. But while we're letting him try and fix some things on the back end, anybody looking forward to anything about the week 2 flag set next week?
I'm to be over.
I'm honestly looking forward to those random weapon prices and the random EXP and gold. Those are some of my favorite flags.
I like that. I think everybody likes a little bit of something different about the non-standard flag sets, and what somebody likes, somebody else doesn't like, and or can just tolerate and such. I absolutely love week 2. I like anything chaos related, and that's our first taste of it next week.
And some of my other seeds with the random weapon prices, sometimes I get a silver shield for 5 gold. And that what makes it rather enjoyable for me.
I think it's the 14,000 gold bamboo poles that light up my life. Yeah, still nothing from Dweem here. He's been in and out of the channel, just doesn't seem to be able to get a communication out to us. So if you want to chat it up in chat real fast, feel free to jump into the stream, and we can do it that way as well. Well, does anybody have any final thoughts on today's race or anything else prior to us wrapping up then tonight?
It's good to get week 1 underneath our belts and get that through. Got the first 5 weeks of regular play. Looking forward to the 3 races this weekend. Good luck to all the racers coming up, and looking forward to week 2, putting the week 1 flag sets out of mind and preparing for what we have to face with Chaos Light. It's going to be fun.
You got any final thoughts tonight there, Bob?
Well, this was a great one to watch, especially since it took us right down to the wire. It's been an entertaining week 1. Like I said, we've got those 3 more races to go. And maybe I should start practicing for my race tomorrow. But looking forward to week 2 myself, as we have hit the ground running here.
Yeah, I figure about 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, I'll double check what the flags are. I've commentated several of these, but I'm not processing them in my head. So, maybe I'll even remember what to do when I do a race tomorrow. It'll be fun. All right, so looks like we're going to be sending everybody over to Speed Gaming 2 here in a moment, so sit tight for that one. Most likely doing some kind of Zelda, or we'll see what it is. I have no idea. Yeah, Z1R, I kind of assumed there. But we'll go ahead and call it a night here for our restreamer Flower Power 718, for our tracker Shahali 9, and CyberDark 86, and my co-commentator by Pineapple MD, DK9146. Everybody, have a great evening. See you tomorrow.